Hi everyone, Hervin here. Yesterday I attended the Day with Alex Hormozi workshop event where it was Alex Hormozi and 9 other entrepreneurs in a room, and then Alex went around the room giving each of the entrepreneurs there a specific tailored game plan for their businesses to scale their companies. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the game plan that I received. Let's dive in. So to understand the game plan that he gave me, first you need to understand what is the biggest bottleneck in our business? What are we trying to solve? And for us is we need to acquire more customers. We need to consistently every single month attract more customers because right now our marketing has been turned off. We're not attracting as many customers as we would like. And so we need to just increase the amount of sales that we're making each month. And so one of the things that he asked me is, how do I want to acquire customers? Do I want to do that through referrals, through advertising? And so for me, I'd rather do advertising. That is something that I like better, and that I feel like if we figure out an advertising mechanism, then it could be something that is predictable for us. So that's the route that I went through, that I chose. And so that is the game plan, based on that context is how he gave his game plan. So let's dive in. So the first thing that he told me is, number one, I need to narrow down my avatar. Okay. So and I'm going to first give you the big picture and then dive into the details. Number two, he told me how to change our core offer, make some tweaks to our core offer. Number three, he talked about our pricing, what we should be pricing ourselves. Number four, sales. Number five, how to increase perceived value. And number six, how to market ourselves, how to generate lead. Okay, so let's dive through each one of these. So when it comes to the avatar, the first thing that he said is figure out who the client that have had the biggest results, like what do they have in common, and filter for those. So for example, for us, we know that if a client has space to take on new clients, to take on new students, if they take in enrollment all year round, if they have a team member that helps them follow up with a lead so that can learn Studio Hub, which is our program. So, just to give you some fast context, we own a marketing company called Studio Hub where we help dance studio owners, music schools, gymnastics gym, swim schools with increasing their student numbers through marketing, through automation. And so we provide this tool called Studio Hub. And if we find clients that if we're able to market to clients that have had the best results, like if we can find more of the clients that have had the best results with us, then that is a recipe for success, right? Just being able to find more of the people that have had success with us. And so how do we call them out in our advertising? So something like, if you have at least one admin person, so that would be an attribute of the people that have been successful with us. They have help. So it's not a single business owner doing everything themselves. Maybe that they charge a certain amount of pricing. So like the dollar amount that they charge, if they are charging super cheap, then they're not going to have as good of results as somebody who is charging higher prices, for example. So I honestly don't know. I have to give this some thought in terms of who is the ideal, what he said, have two qualifiers. Like, what are the biggest qualifiers when it comes to us? Like, is it that they have one admin? Is it that they have a studio? So, in our industry, it's common to have one studio owner that teaches one day over here, another day over there, another day over there. And they call that a dance school, but they don't have a specific place. They call it like remote locations or something like that. So they have multiple locations. That's not ideal for us. Another thing for us is having somebody that does free trials. Usually they tend to get better results than people who don't. And so for us, I need to think about and really narrow this down to two qualifying points. He said, don't have more than that. So that in your ad, you could say, hey, if you have an admin and you offer free trials, or if you have an admin and you charge this much, we could help you. He says, if you go beyond two, it starts not to work as well. So that was super helpful. Okay, so then let's talk about number two, the core offer. And that is something that I am super excited about. So right now, I have felt like our core offer, what we do, we provide help with marketing through advertising with Facebook and Instagram ads. We provide help with automations through Studio Hub. Although our clients love our service, we have clients that have gotten amazing results. Most of our clients have. Still, like I get this during my sales calls, for clients who've been with us for a while. Sometimes the perceived value for a client seems like they take our services for granted and they forget how much value we're providing them. And I was looking to see what is a way that we can, like, what is an offer that we can provide our clients that is going to be consistently valuable every single week. They're going to feel like, hey, I'm getting so much value out of this. And that not only that, but that it's also going to be hard for competitors to compete with, that it's going to be unique to us. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. The idea that I had come up with is our strength is the support that we provide our clients with the advertising, with the client success manager services that we have, where we have a client success manager who's meeting with our clients consistently to make sure that they're following best practices, make sure they're getting good results, teach them what's currently working for other clients, make sure that their ads are working well, and so on. So right now, the client success manager currently, as it stands, meets with our clients once a month, most of our clients once a month. And on top of that, if the clients have help with advertising from us, they get weekly advertising help from our team, but it's done through email. So like our team members who are in charge of managing our clients' ads, they're emailing our clients saying like, hey, this is the ad performance, this is how the ads are running, your ads are doing great, or your ads aren't doing great, so we change them for you. So it's a kind of a back-end process that we do, and we just kind of let the client know, hey, the ads are working well or they're not working well, so we change them. So right now it isn't a process that's client-facing. So the difference here, and this was my intuition and it was validated here, is that process should be put on the client, like it should be made client-facing. And then instead of meeting with the clients once a month, we should be meeting with the clients once a week to give them progress updates and performance updates when it comes to their ads. And so right here, this is going to be, our core offer is going to be a high-touch service with CSM meeting one-on-one with our clients once a week. And also, plus doing ads consulting and ads maintenance with the clients on that call. So then it becomes really valuable for our clients to know every single week, to talk to our team members so that they can know how their ads are performing, whether their ads are doing well or not, whether they should change anything or not, whether like which ads are performing well, how much. And so that right there, it's going to make our service stand out from everybody else, because we have somebody who's consistently meeting with our clients. They're providing one-on-one support. They're providing training. They're telling our clients like, hey, your ads are doing well. Here's the ad that is performing the best. Or your ads aren't doing well, here's what we need to test. So from that perspective, our service then becomes very unique. Like nobody else out in the marketplace is doing this, where they're meeting with the clients consistently once a month to make sure that the clients are getting great results, sharing with them best practices, showing them how their ads are running. That makes us stand out. So that right there, I'm super excited about, because I've been looking for something. So when I'm on a sales call and our clients ask us, and the potential client asks me, like, what makes you different from your competitors? In my mind, I'm like, our automations are better. Our support is better. We have an in-house support team. Our automations, we get compliments on our automations, how well they work and how easy they are to use. But all of that is kind of hard. It's not very tangible, until you compare it. Like, let's say somebody comes from another service. Let's say they come from another company where they were also offered automations, and then they came here and they see how easy it is with us. Only then can you compare and realize like, oh wow, this is really easy in comparison to what I was doing over there. And we've gotten told that many times, but it's hard to tell that to a new client who they aren't even that sure what our automations do and what they are and how it works in detail. And so that's tough to explain. So instead, like this high touch service one-on-one once a week, doing the ads consulting, ads maintenance with the clients on the call once a week, so that the clients know that they're not wasting money on ads that aren't doing well. Like that just feels valuable for the client. It is valuable for the clients. And on top of that, it's something that I can easily say in our sales calls to prospective clients, say to them like, hey, when they ask me what makes you different, it's like, hey, with this people, you're going to either have to do it themselves or really be on top of them. With us, we're going to be meeting with you one-on-one once a week to make sure everything is working well for you and to help you make sure that you keep getting good results. Like, do you want a high touch one-on-one service where we're going to be there with you, kind of like having another employee who's helping you grow your business, or going with another company where you have to going to figure it out yourself or be on top of them? Like, it just seems so much better to do it this way. Okay, that right there is something. So that is our core offer. And another thing too that Alex Hormozi said is, he asked me based on all the things that you're currently selling, all the pricing packages that you're currently selling. So right now we have this, like, there's a package that's $257 per month, and then on top of that we have additional services that people can pay per month, like a client success manager, ads, maintenance. So we have all of these things that people can pay for separately. What Alex Hormozi said is just get rid of all of these things and so instead of selling like this a la carte menu type of thing, just put together the package that helps solve the people's problems and that helps get the best results for the clients, and just sell that one thing. Simplify everything to that one thing. So that feels really good because it simplifies everything. Then for number 3, for our pricing, he said so right now, if somebody were to pay for our automation services plus our ads launcher, and then get our additional services like a client success manager and advertising maintenance, they would be paying individually for these services. Instead, he said, just bundle everything together and price it somewhere around $5.99 per month all the way to $8.99 per month. So somewhere around that range, he said, is what you should be charging per month, that is awesome. I mean, because it feels like all of our highest valuable services and our software is bundled together into a no-brainer offer. So that seems really good. For number 4, he told me to focus on sales. So one of the things that I brought to him so before we met with Alex, we had met with his team and told them about our company, told them what we were thinking, gave them a lot of data about our company. And we told them, like, hey, we're excited to do this free trial because we feel like the thing that makes us different from our competitors is our service. And so if we could get people to experience our service, then they could fall in love with us and then they could become a client. And so I was thinking of a free trial, but he told me to scratch that idea. So he said, your free trial, forget it. Focus on sales. So at least that saves me. And he explained to me why, which I'm going to explain to you here in a little bit. But having that clarity of what the strategy should be, that's great. I mean, so that I don't have to waste time trying to make something work, where he explained to me the reasoning behind it. It made sense. And so anyway, yeah, it's going to save me time not having to like figure it out myself. Instead, just try and focus on a path that is likely to work based on the goals that we have. So anyway, he told me to get rid of the free trials. He told me to focus on sales. And he went really tactical when it comes to the sales process, what I should change and what I should do. He told me to have a script. He told me to focus. One of the things that I really loved is, so like my sales calls go really long. And he told me to, instead of like repeating yourself every single time, make a VSL, make a video sales letter that explains everything that you're selling and why you're different and all of that, and make people watch it before the call. So this way, when people come in to the call, they are already informed. He said sales calls are not there to educate the client. They are there to get people to make a decision. So that was super helpful, because my sales calls are usually very educational, where I try to educate the client, tell them everything, like why they need this, and it takes a long time to explain everything. So instead, he told me, like, record the parts that they need to know so that you can educate them, and then from there just come into the call to find out what their pain point is, and if they need your program, and get them to make a decision. He told me to try and close people on the same call, which I'm curious how that's going to work out, because most of the people that I have closed for our company that have enrolled in our company have not signed up on the day of the call. So yeah, that is something that I am curious how it's going to work. Now, he did say if somebody doesn't close on the call, then he gave me some tactical things like something called BAM FAM. It says book a meeting from a meeting. So instead of saying like, all right, think about it and we'll touch base, it's like, okay, so since you're going to think about it, let's schedule another time to talk about this. And then from there, when somebody schedules for that second call, have a nurture sequence that talks about the proof that our clients have gotten, the results, overcomes objections. So that right there is something that I need to implement. Just those follow-ups, those like trying to close people on the same call. And for me, yesterday as I was there in that meeting, I told Alex that I haven't been somebody who's been able to close people on the call, and that I am not, closing is not my strongest point when it comes to sales calls. Part of that though, I've been thinking about that, and I feel like it's coming from the fact that I haven't felt like we have had an offer that is truly differentiated like what we have, like what this is going to be now. So this feels like if somebody doesn't join us, they're not going to be able to get the value that we're going to be providing from anybody else. And I haven't felt truly, even though I know deep inside we're going to give people the best results. I haven't felt the confidence, because it's not easy to talk about how it's not easy to say in a concise way why we're so different. So I feel like now this is going to be a lot better. Number 5, for increasing perceived value. So when it comes to getting clients to know how much money we're making them, he said with the client success managers, have them every week give them a progress report to the clients and tying that progress to ROI. And you want to show them the positives and the negatives, meaning you want to show them how much money we have helped them make, or how much time, how much money we have helped them save. Like the results that we have helped them get, and then what have we helped them save, both, so that it's clear every single week that our services are helping them and they're very valuable. You see what I'm saying? So that is something else that is going to be extremely beneficial to have our clients know every single week, like, hey, we're helping you. Here's how we're helping you, so that every week the value is clear. And this resonates because we have had clients do quarterly reports with our clients, where on a quarterly basis, they'll tell our clients like, hey, here's how you did last quarter. Here's how many students we helped you get. Here's the revenue you generated. And here's how many students you closed. And our clients sometimes are shocked at oh my God, I didn't know we were getting these amazing results. And it was only up until we brought it up that they even realized how much value we're providing to them. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that, that thing that our clients are not, they're taking essentially our services and the results that we're helping them get for granted. And it was only until our client success team reminded them that they just were, that even came up into their awareness. And so we need to make them aware every single week, how much money are we helping you make? How many students are we helping you get? And how much time, how much are we helping you save? It could be, look, our automations followed up with your leads, so you didn't lose this opportunities here. That is awesome. It could be, our automations helped you save so many hours, or you know what I mean? It's just something like that can help the client see how our services have impacted them and how they're helping them succeed, and they could see their ROI so that they can always justify it's a great thing to pay for our services. And then number 6, how to generate leads, how to do lead generation. And so obviously we talked about Facebook ads as the main way of generating leads, but what he did tell me is look, if you're going to charge $5.99 to $8.99 a month, that's not going to be enough money to attract customers from advertising. Because he said your advertising cost to acquire a client is going to be somewhere between the range of $2,500 to $4,000 for every new business owner that you bring on. And so because you're going to have a high cost per acquisition, per new member that you bring on, new client that you bring on, you need to be able to pay for so if you're only charging $5.99, you're not going to have money to spend on the ads. You're going to go negative. So what he suggested is that but what he suggested is to sell something on the front end that is expensive. So he said, you want to sell something that's $3,000 to $5,000 immediately so that you can pay to acquire customers. And I was wondering, because, I've thought about this for the longest time and I haven't been able to come up with a solution. And so he said, look, your product is something that is very heavy in terms of setup. It's something that requires a lot of manual input from your team, requires training. We are doing the tech setup. We're setting up the Studio Hub. We're setting up Studio Hub for them. We're buying the phone number, doing the A2P. We're helping them if they've gotten hacked in the past from Facebook. We're helping them set up their business managers, helping them set up their advertising platform, helping connect everything, helping them on top of that, train them on how to use Studio Hub, then training them, helping them launch everything, launch their ads, launch a text blast, we're also answering their questions after they've gotten live so that they know how to use the system. So, long story short, we're doing a lot for them. And so he said, you want to package that up as a product, the onboarding as a product, and sell that for $3,000 to $5,000. And so he said, if you're going to sell the onboarding, sell a $5,000 onboarding experience in person where people fly out to us so that they can get onboarded there. And we could teach them how to use the system, show them everything, help them even launch their ads on that day. So that is something that is going to be, I'll tell you how I feel about it here in a second. Or if they don't want to pay the $5,000 to get onboarded in person, they could pay $3,000 and it's done virtually. But he said with the $5,000 in person, it's a huge game changer because there's so many benefits. They get to meet you in person, so they build that rapport. If you have people that are doing onboarding together that day, you can have them meet each other. So there's value there in creating community. They're going to meet other business owners. They're going to learn directly from you. Just overall, it's a better experience. And so that was completely out of the box. I did not expect that was going to be something that we would that he was going to suggest we do. But yeah, we've been giving this some thought in terms of how do we feel about this? I feel like it is going to add a little bit of complexity in terms of operations to make it happen, but it's once a month. I feel like there is a lot of value in meeting in person. I feel like that is also is going to be another differentiating point from us, totally different from what everybody else is doing. So I'm super pumped about that as well. I'm pumped about having something that is totally different from what our competitors are doing, both in terms of the high touch one-on-one service and in terms of providing in-person onboarding and being able to create community with them. And overall, I'm excited. That was the game plan. Now we just got to figure out how to implement each of these pieces in our business. So there's going to be a lot of tweaking that we have to do to figure each one of these components out. But yeah, that's what's coming for us as a company. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. I hope this made sense. I got a ton of value out of this one day with Alex Hormozi, the workshop. Highly recommended if you're for everybody there. I spoke to all of the business owners. Everybody was super excited about the plan they got. They had a lot of clarity as to how to move forward in their business. So yeah, I would recommend it for sure. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record another one of these videos tomorrow because we are flying out. As you can see here in my background, we're still in Vegas. We're flying out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll keep you updated as we start to progress towards this vision. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.